I'm starting with one artboard that is letter size. I'm going to go to View, Ruler, and Show Rulers. I'm going to right click in here, change it to inches. The first thing I want to do is I want to draw a circle. So I'm going to click ellipse, but then double click on my artboard here. And I'm going to make that 1.2 inches by 1.2 inches. And I've got a circle. Next, I also want to go in and create a rectangle that's the same size, 1.2 inches by 1.2 inches. Then I want to align these beside each other. I'm going to leave a little room at the top for some headings. Now I want to duplicate these to the right. With my mouse, I'm going to highlight, drag and release, hold the Alt key, drag over and release. Now I want to make a couple more columns. I'm going to highlight all of my items, hold Alt, drag down and release. Now I'm going to show you a new trick, which is Control D to duplicate. I have that selected, and now I can do Control D 3 times. And now I have all of my items I'm going to go in and add. Next, I'm going to go to Window and Artboards. I have Artboard 1, and I want to duplicate it. And click my hamburger for options, duplicate the artboard. Now I want to rename these. To rename them, I just double click. The first one will be called Patterns. The second will be Graphic Styles. Next, I'm going to add a 3 text boxes on this one to describe my patterns. This set will be Monster. So again, I can go back, click, hold the Alt key, drag across, release the mouse, release the Alt key. And these are going to be Animal and Nature. And on the second artboard, I've labeled these Artistic. The second one should be Scribble, Texture, and then Type. And now all we have to do, we can save this and then start adding these. Our first part, we can go to our window and swatches. To see the library, I'm going to click the library at the bottom, and we're going to go to Patterns, Decorative, and then our Decorative Legacy. Here are all the different patterns that are preset. So all I have to do is click in a pattern, click on the shape, and then click on a pattern. A little bit later, we'll learn how to go in and color code a pattern. The second section is Monster, so I can arrow across, and this will be my next section. Again, down at the bottom, again, I'm under Patterns, Decorative, and now under Nature, I can do Animal Skins and Foliage. So also think about when you might use some of the different patterns. So on your own, you're going to complete all of those. On this next part, we're going to go in and use Graphic Styles. Window, Graphic Styles. So the library is going to work the same way. We can click our library, and the first one we're going to do are Artistic Effects. So remember, in the thumbnail view, we're just going to see the pictures. If we go to a large list view, that will list the name of each of the effects. So on your exam, if you're told to make it to be paintbrush or maybe RGB colored pencil red, then you would be able to scroll up and down and find the exact artistic effect you would want. I can arrow over across. Then I've got my scribble effects. Again, these are over here under Graphic Styles. Same thing with texture, and then finally go back and finish up with the ones for type. Next, let me show you the two different ways we can save items. So after I've finished and saved it, I can go to File, Export, Export As. We're going to make sure we're going to choose JPG. And the first one, I'm not going to choose artboards. And I'll just let you see how that looks. So that will show you one final example. The other way we can do this is we can go to File, Export, Export As, and this time I'm going to do Choose Artboards. So when I do Choose Artboards, I can say if I want it to do artboard 1, 2, or a whole range of them. In this case, I'm going to use all the artboards, and I'm going to click Export. And let's see how that looks. So if I just do export as a JPG, it's going to show both artboards together in one document as one file. When I do export and use artboards, artboard 1 is going to be this one, and then it's going to export the second page as a difference. So just pay attention on all of the directions in class as to how you need to export. And just like Photoshop, we can go to Window and Layers. We can go and look at our layers. And this is our Properties section. So again, when we click on something, it's going to give us all of our information. Also, don't forget over here, we've got a fill color and a stroke color. This right here will swap them if needed. So there's a good review for our first lesson or two using Adobe Illustrator.